System+Iron Man+Easy Tang Xiaofan descended on the divine and demon continent, becoming the lord of the castle and participating in a fair and just race for all races. At the beginning of the descent, each castle lord will randomly obtain a branch building. Recruit troops, plunder resources, establish dynasties, and compete for supremacy over thousands of tribes. And Tang Xiaofan was surprised to find out. What he randomly arrived at was the unique unit building. The farmer's factory can only produce the lowest level branch of farmers. Nevertheless, but to my surprise, he still has the system to help. Sir, I am your system, and my name is Jarvis. Sir, we have detected that your world is extremely dangerous and have now provided the optimal solution. Mark 1 Mecha. Sir, we suggest that you form the Steel Mech Corps as soon as possible and embark on the journey of ruling the mainland. Sir, I suggest you occupy the castle of Ugly Kingdom as soon as possible and make Ugly Kingdom submit to Dragon Kingdom. Main characters. Tang Xiaofan, Yishui keywords of the novel. National survival. Start with Mecha, no pop-ups, national survival. Start with Mecha, no pop-ups, national survival. Start with Mecha, no pop-ups. Download the complete text of National Survival. Start with Mecha, no pop-ups, no pop-ups. Read the latest chapters of National Survival. Start with Mecha, no pop-ups, no pop-ups. Chapter 1. My system is Jarvis. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Welcome to the land of gods and demons. This is a fair survival competition. Human countries will compete for survival as basic units. The divine and demon continent, one contestant will be randomly selected from each country. Contestants will automatically bind their country after entering the divine and demon continent. Contestants explore and obtain resources that will manifest in the real world with a 100-fold increase. The extent of damage to the castle of the contestants will manifest in the real world with a 100-fold increase. The heart of the contestants' castle is shattered and will be declared dead, and their country will suffer 1,000 times the punishment. The country where the contestant dies can send new contestants until the country is destroyed. Shinhua Continent will start a full live broadcast, synchronizing with various live streaming platforms of Blue Star. All Blue Star people can follow the contestants from their respective countries through the live broadcast. Participants will randomly receive a castle and a branch building for resource plunder and power development. Contestants, as the lord of the castle, will lead a large army and embark on the path of survival competition. Blue Star, not the end point, randomly selecting castle troops. Tang Xiaofan opened his eyes. I found a dilapidated tin garage in front of me. The iron garage looks quite sturdy, with brick and stone walls and iron sheets covering the top. But the garage is very messy, with parts everywhere and something that looks like a machine tool, but its old and greasy appearance suggests that this thing may not even work. Divine and Demon Continent, Lord, Castle, Branch, Survival Competition. This line of words keeps appearing in my mind. Tang Xiaofan took a deep breath of fresh air. The sky here is gray and gloomy, making people feel very oppressive. He had just graduated from Tsinghua University and received an offer from an aerospace technology company, but he never expected to enter such a cruel world. At this moment, the voice in my mind rang out again. The lord of the castle, from now on, you will receive a 7-day beginner protection period. During the protection period, your castle is invincible. After 7 days, the protective shield will disappear, and you and your castle will face their first test. The initial beast tide will sweep across the territories of all castle lords in the endless continent. If the castle's heart is destroyed by the beast tide, you will lose your life, and your country will also suffer thousands of times more damage. Tang Xiaofan raised his head. Found on top of his head, vaguely visible, was a glowing round shield that completely enveloped him and the castle in front of him. Novice protective cover, buff effect. Invincible. 7 days, beginner safety period. The safety period has ended, the protective cover has disappeared, and a wave of beasts is coming. Tang Xiaofan suddenly felt a sense of urgency. First, you need to know what my castle troops are. The types of troops in each castle are unique and unchangeable. Soon, Tang Xiaofan discovered another house in the yard. A more rudimentary tin house. Even a tin house that sways when a gentle breeze blows. This is too hasty, isn't it? My troops are very poor. Before he could finish blinking, two big men suddenly popped out of the leaking iron room. Holy crap! Tang Xiaofan almost lifted his leg and was about to kick. But the two big men, dressed in coarse linen and burly, knelt on one knee with a loud thud and shouted in unison, clasping their fists. See you, Lord. What? You're crazy. Tang Xiaofan found a row of small characters floating above each of the two strong men's heads. Nongfu 01, excellent physical strength, skills. Mechanical maintenance, construction. Nongfu 02, with excellent physical strength and skills in mechanical maintenance and construction. Farmers can improve their skills and obtain corresponding titles through continuous labor. What? Are you not joking? My unit is a farmer. Just as Tang Xiaofan was feeling his luck, the live broadcast of the Divine and Demon Continent has been launched worldwide. The live broadcast is divided into 223 rooms based on each contestant. For a moment, regardless of gender or age, everyone began to flock crazily. I want to explore the truth. Oh. Has it started yet? Sleeping trough. Is this the Dragon Country Castle? It looks like it can't help but be built. Sleeping slot. Is this handsome and scumbag-like guy a contestant from Dragon Country? Are the two strong men next to him his troops? Under the eagerly anticipated gaze, everyone saw Tang Xiaofan, who was not ordinary handsome. That's right, although Tang Xiaofan is still wearing casual clothes at this time. I also saw his troops at the same time. Surprisingly, the troops are farmers. How do I feel like in 7 days, the Dragon Kingdom will be bleeding profusely? Don't panic, everyone. Maybe these two farmers are peerless soldiers. At the same time, the international friends who flooded into the Dragon Country live broadcast room became increasingly suspicious. Oh ha! A peerless military force. The great brown bear of our great ugly country is the peerless military force, and our ugly country is indeed the chosen son of heaven. Ha ha ha. What is a big brown bear? The army of our Japanese country is a two-headed giant snake, an invincible god of war. Crouching slot. The two-headed giant snake is a type of army that can evolve, and in the future it can evolve into the eight-headed giant snake. This luck is also too good. Oh. Oh my goodness. I feel so sad for your Dragon Kingdom. Compared to the Anubis beasts in our Miracle Kingdom, you are simply weak and explosive. For these international friends who spit out fragrance, Longwa netizens are naturally not accustomed to their problems. So, a war without gunpowder exploded instantly in the live broadcast room of Dragon Kingdom. At this moment, Tang Xiaofan ignored these chat messages, but he was attracted by the sound in his own mind. Sir, if you let Nongfu 01 and Nongfu 02 defend the beast tied bare-handed, your chances of failure will be 100%. The sound is very real, but it can still be heard as machine-synthesized sound. Who's talking? Tang Xiaofan suddenly became vigilant. Currently, there are beginners protecting him. If he dies inexplicably, it would be too unfair. Sir, I am your system, and you can also call me Smart Assistant. My name is Jarvis. Jarvis, are you Iron Man's intelligent AI? As an otaku, Tang Xiaofan never expected that his system would be Jarvis. But the crisis is imminent, and Jarvis, an artificial intelligence, cannot come out to help him fight and cannot solve his urgent need. What can you do, Jarvis? Tang Xiaofan asked tentatively. If he can't survive the first wave of beast tide, even if he can make unlimited gloves, it's useless. Sir, We have detected that your world is extremely dangerous, and Jarvis will do his best to assist you in surviving. Scan surrounding items. There are a total of 36 weapon manufacturing options available. The optimal solution has now been provided. For the Mark I Mecha. Chapter 2. Creating Mark I Armor at the beginning. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Mark I Mecha. Iron Man's first mech. If we can make this great weapon, then dealing with the first wave of beast tide is naturally no problem. Suggest making an alternative to the arc reactor, using energy ore from the west side of the town center and producing external energy packs. Then make exoskeleton armor to increase the mobility of two farmers. Considering that the current main functions are defense and energy issues, it is recommended to abandon the flight function and focus on defense and attack. Considering the issue of materials, cold weapons will be used as combat weapons. After completing the production of 2 Mark I models, your castle defense success rate will increase to 99–98%. The chance of protecting the castle without damage will increase to 96–57%. Jarvis made a series of improvements and later shared the necessary materials. Even the location is marked. Everything is from the yard. Tang Xiaofan suddenly understood that in his seemingly desperate situation, there were so many useful things around him. As one door closes, another door opens. The premise is that you need to have a pair of wise eyes to find that path. Under the immense pressure of survival, Tang Xiaofan did not want to waste time and ordered. Nongi, go find these materials and find them. Including but not limited to wrenches, machine tools, iron plates, wires, coils, etc. Nong go knock down a few pieces of energy ore over there. Tang Xiaofan, who had no understanding of cutting-edge technology and mechanical technology, began directing 2 farmers to collect materials, prepare to use rudimentary tools to create Mark I, and still need to build 2 at a time. Just as Tang Xiaofan was busy with his 2 farmers, the netizens in the live broadcast room were in a frenzy of discussion. Is this guy reliable? What is he busy with? It seems like we're going to make something, but there's still 7 days left before the beast tide. Can we make it now? Alas, the whole world is watching our jokes now. I really don't know where the Dragon Kingdom should go. 5 hours have passed, and 2 Mark I armor units have finally been built. Because the skills of Farmer 1 and Farmer 2 are mechanical maintenance, so they almost took care of all the production work. First, turn the castle into a workshop. That old machine tool can still work. Moreover, welding, wiring, electromechanical, lathe workers, fitters, and welders have almost no skills that they do not know. Master, both of us graduated from Lanxiang, I guarantee your satisfaction. With the efforts of the honest farmers, Tang Xian didn't even take any action. With the cooperation of Jarvis, he successfully completed the command of the 2 of them. Then, Tang Xiaofan's Mark I armor has entered the testing phase. The extremely ugly armor, Tang Xiaofan dares to swear, this is definitely not the big guy he saw in movies in his previous life. This thing now is full of Soviet-style, hideous and terrifying mechanical exoskeletons, wrapped in messy electrical wires, driven by 2 energy stones hanging from the back of the buttocks. A huge, 1-person-tall shield pieced together with uneven iron plates in one hand. Holding a rudimentary steel-pipe wolf-tooth stick filled with nails in one hand, imagine 2 farmers wearing rugged mechanical exoskeletons, charging with this shield. Tang Xiaofan really likes it, this is the style he likes, even more so than the future Iron Man armor. You don't need a beautiful appearance, just fully utilize the mechanical violence to the extreme. If we could have another big axe, perfect. This is Tang Xiaofan's definition of mechanical armor in his heart. Very hard, very violent. Sleeping slot, what did I see? This guy seems to have some skills. Wow, isn't it? Did you come up with 2 Gundam machines? This is exoskeleton armor, I really didn't see it. There's really something in Tang Xiaofan's stomach. It seems like we need to test it. I don't know how good our abilities are. From the appearance, this armor set is completely different from Tony Stark's Mark I armor. Unlike the armor Stark hastily crafted in the cave, Tang Xiaofan's armor highlights a sense of violence. The foundation of armor is two huge iron plates in the town center, which should have been workbenches. Tang Xiaofan used iron plates as the foundation and had Nong Yi and Nong Air knock the iron plates into the shape of armor, then all the components of the armor were installed on top. In addition, Tang Xiaofan also thickened the originally thin iron plate to withstand armor from conventional rifle bullets, and the overall weight also reached a terrifying 1 ton. This directly leads to Jarvis' expected energy or battery life. From 3 hours to 2 hours. But all of this is worth it. After debugging the nerve conduction device, Tang Xiaofan looked at the powerful Mark I armor in front of him, feeling extremely excited. At this moment, he only has one idea in his mind. What streamline? Armor needs to be thick. You have to be foolish and rough. If the battery life is not good, add the battery. I really can't add 2 more. Bula. Jarvis, start the first test. After Tang Xiaofan finished speaking, Nong Yi and Nong Air eagerly put on Mark I armor. Due to the large size of the armor, it is more accurate to say that 2 strong men were wearing it than to say that they had penetrated inside. Test begins. The nerve conduction device is functioning properly. All functions are normal. This time, Nong Yi and Nong Air seem to fit perfectly in their armored Mark I armor. Armor can accurately respond to every move they make. They raise their hands, and the armor will also raise their hands in sync. The movements perfectly match. Even fine to every finger. All basic functions are normal. Next, please go to the open area for advanced testing. Jarvis gave a suggestion. No, I can't. Tang Xiaofan shook his head and said to the slightly excited Nong Yi and Nong Air. Go straight to the actual battle. It's time to explore around the town and see if those inconspicuous monsters have touched us. After speaking, Tang Xiaofan walked towards the elevator wearing armor. Jarvis began self-checking the helmets of Mark I armor. The helmet is worn and undergoing self-inspection. The air circulation system is operating normally. The built-in buffer device is operating normally. After the self-inspection was completed, Tang Xiaofan and the 2 of them had arrived at the entrance of the yard. Outside, there was an endless forest. Moreover, Tang Xiaofan had no intention of exploring on his own. In Jarvis' database, there are no less than 100 sets of various Mark armor, and building any set is enough for self-defense. But not now. Now, I still stay at home honestly. Farmer 1, Farmer 2, go clean up the outside now. Tang Xiaofan's orders have been completed. Nong Yi and Nong Air tapped the shield with a wolf-toothed stick, then, without hesitation, walked towards the outside of the courtyard. With each step taken by the nearly heavy armor, a loud drum-like sound is heard. Although it may seem cumbersome, the speed is actually not slow at all. Dong 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 dong, Is it starting to move now? Where are you planning to go? Sleeping trough. These 2 seem really powerful. Chapter 3. Step out of the castle and kill the Velociraptor. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Watching 2 farmers walk into the forest, Tang Xiaofan turned around and went back to rest, feeling a bit tired these past few hours. At this moment, Tang Xiaofan suddenly noticed a glowing exclamation mark in the lower right corner of his field of vision. What is this? He reached out a little and a row of things appeared in his view. Personal information, friend information, world chat channel, transaction channel, and so on. These menus can all be viewed. Tang Xiaofan was the first to check his personal information. The Lord of the Castle. Tang Xiaofan, Strength. Level 0, Castle Level. Junior Castle, Castle Branch. Farmer, castle architecture. Farmer's factory, equipment. None, soul stone. None, magic crystal. None, my strength is level 0. Compared to the native creatures of the divine and demon continent, the current Tang Xiaofan is equivalent to having no strength to bind a chicken. However, this is not a big deal. He is the lord of the castle, equivalent to a ruler and emperor, and his troops are his reliance. He continued to check his information panel. Soul stones and magic crystals are both 0-inch, what are these two things used for? I just don't know how to obtain it. As the words fell, a reminder sounded in my mind. Killing wild monsters, enemy units, and more can yield soul stones. Conquering enemy castles can yield a large amount of soul stones, kill powerful monsters and have an opportunity to obtain magic crystals. Upgrading buildings requires soul stones and magic crystals, I understand. Tang Xiaofan took a deep breath. This is obviously encouraging the castle lords to go out and kill wild monsters, enemy troops, and even encouraging them to engage in war with each other, indirectly leading to the path of victory. In this world, it is basically impossible to live a miserable life. After all, the novice protection period is only 7 days. 7 days later, a wave of beasts will come. If you don't work hard to improve your strength, there is only a dead end. Tang Xiaofan looked at the town center that had been transformed into a workshop and felt a lot of peace in his heart. Immediately, he checked other menus. Friend information, there is no one inside. The hyperspace trading channel is also blank. On the contrary, World Chat channel is very popular. World Chat channel, World Announcement. Castle Lords from Blue Star, welcome to the Divine and Demon Continent and join the fair and just survival competition. Here, you will gain strength, power, and bring rewards or punishments 100 times to your country. The land of gods and demons. What kind of ghost place is this? Survival battle, beast tide is coming. I don't want to die, lying down. Isn't it fair and just? Why is my initial army type Cocoa Pig? Is it to be a roasted sucking pig or roasted baby pig? I'm going crazy. Touch the dog's head upstairs to show sympathy. Ha ha ha. My unit is the big brown bear, weighing 500 kilograms per unit. I am indeed the chosen son of heaven. What is a big brown bear? My unit is a 2-headed giant snake, with the ultimate potential to become an 8-headed giant snake. Crouching slot. The 2-headed giant snake is a mythical level unit, and this luck is also too good. The double-headed giant snake of the boss upstairs is definitely a top-tier unit. Envy. Boss, please cover up. Looking at the content of the chat channel, Tang Xiaofan glanced at the farmer who was nowhere to be seen in the forest. Farmer, perhaps stronger than Cocoa Pigs. Is it fair? Tang Xiaofan believes that this is very fair. After all, the types of troops are random. There are over 200 Blue Star Castle lords who have entered the Divine and Demon Continent, and some are unlucky, so naturally there are also lucky ones. At this point, a chat message caught Tang Xiaofan's attention. Let me tell you a message, don't leave the castle. The outside world is too dangerous. My 2 knights were bitten to death by several velociraptors as soon as they went out to collect wood. Grass. My dwarf warrior was also trampled into a pancake by a tyrannosaurus. A big crab has settled outside of me, it must be coveting my beauty. Weeping blood reminder. Don't open the seal of the mine, there are cannibal ants inside. Don't go fishing, there's a monster in the water that swallowed my 2 cat slaves. I don't believe you can be assigned such a cute unit upstairs. It's so difficult in the wilderness, but I'm so hungry. Where do you get your food from? Looking at these chat messages, Tang Xiaofan also became wary. It seems that everything in this game depends on oneself. Not only do you need to defend against the beast tide, but you also need to prepare your own food and drink. He walked around the castle and found a small kitchen and a well, but there's nothing to eat. On the other side, two farmers wearing Mark I have just left the castle. In the dense jungle in the distance, three several-meter-long velociraptors emerged and bit towards Nong E and Nong Air. You can add meals today. In an instant, a huge wolf-tooth stick fell from the sky. Extremely precise, hit the celestial caps of two velociraptors. Two velociraptors didn't even scream, their heads were smashed to pieces. In just a few seconds, they stopped twitching and turned into two corpses. Kill level 2 Velociraptor, Soul Power +5, Kill level 2 Velociraptor, Soul Power +5, the last Velociraptor widened its eyes, turned around, and ran. Stop, our dinner. Two farmers quickly caught up, pressed the several-meter-long Velociraptor down to the ground again. Wave a huge shield and take a picture directly. One after another, he forcefully slapped the Velociraptor to death. Kill level 2 Velociraptor, Soul Power +8, Soul Stone +1, Tang Xiaofan felt the three forces inside his body, feeling a bit confused. Mark I battle armor, is it really so strong? He is truly Iron Man. With the help of Jarvis, Tang Xiaofan has confidence to gradually develop various black technologies. Just now on the World Chat channel. The Lord of the Castle cried, as soon as the militia left the castle, they were bitten to death by a velociraptor. Highlighting the power of wild monsters like the raptor. However, facing Tang Xiaofan's two junior iron heroes and three swift dragons, they were killed without even holding on for a turn. The farmer, equipped with Mark I armor, immediately transformed from a coward into a superhero with extraordinary strength. When the last velociraptor died, it dropped a soul stone. Apart from the soul stone, Tang Xiaofan also gained soul power points while killing three swift dragons. +5. +5, +8 it's a total of 18 o'clock. These soul powers are flowing through his body. This illustrates a problem. Even if he doesn't personally take action, as long as his troops kill the enemy, as the lord of the castle, he can also enjoy benefits to enhance his own strength and level. This can be considered a blessing for the lord of the castle. Chapter 4. Production of Weapons of Mass Destruction and Food Trading. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jarvis, what else can you do besides making homemade weapons? Tang Xiaofan asked with curiosity as he prepared fertilizer bombs. Sir, my database contains all the weapons production data of Stark Industries, arc reactor drawings, manufacturing drawings of all Mark armor, Sky Carrier design drawings, Super Soldier serum formula, Desperate Virus improvement plan. Jarvis started talking incessantly, while Tang Xiaofan had already stopped his work and gradually showed an excited expression on his face. He realized with the help of Jarvis, I can be in the land of gods and demons, build your own Iron Man Legion. It is not an exaggeration to say that the technical level in the Jarvis database is at least over 100 years ahead of Earth. Some even last for hundreds of years. You should know that Iron Man's Mark series armor alone has nearly 100 types. There is everything from the most primitive Mark I to the Mark 85 appearing in Duplex 4. Even some armor in comics is no exception. Obviously, the system Jarvis at this moment has far surpassed the artificial intelligence in the movie. With such a system, in the future, one can sit in a castle and command the Iron Man army. Tang Xiaofan couldn't help but feel that crises were indeed coexisting. But he didn't get carried away by it either. He is well aware that these things are just a pile of information now, and only by surviving can he possibly turn these technologies into his own strength. Otherwise everything will be empty talk. Jarvis, let's continue. Okay, sir. Tang Xiaofan took a deep breath and continued to manufacture fertilizer bombs. Because considering the first wave of beast tide a few days later, based on the materials currently available in the castle, fertilizer bombs and incendiary flasks are the best choices. The assembly of two weapons is fast. Fertilizer bombs and combustion bottles have been manufactured one after another, at this moment. Dong dong dong, master. Nomi walked with heavy steps, dragging the body of a velociraptor over 10 meters into the castle. Hand over the fallen soul stones and velociraptor corpses to Tang Xiaofan. Soul stones are white crystals with a diameter of about 2 centimeters and have no peculiar features. But it's the body of the velociraptor. When Tang Xiaofan looked at the body of velociraptor, in his field of vision, an option emerged. Discovering monster corpses, should we proceed with collection? Yes, no, collect. Collection successful. Get 10 units of dinosaur meat. Get a complete piece of dinosaur skin, obtain 3 sharp dinosaur teeth. Looking at the body of the velociraptor on the ground again, it has already disappeared. And next to it, there is a pile of collected dinosaur meat, dinosaur skin, and 3 dinosaur teeth. This will be much more convenient. Tang Xiaofan collected the spoils of war. Dinosaur meat is clearly food. The taste is not important, what's important is being able to fill the stomach. Tang Xiaofan looked at the 2 farmers and asked, "Did you gain any strength enhancement when killing the velociraptor?" "Yes, my lord." Nong Yi answered first. "I can feel energy seeping into my body. As long as I purify 20 more evil dinosaur beasts, I can be promoted." The farmer on the side also nodded. Killing enemies is a shortcut for quickly upgrading troops. However, relying on the farmer's own cultivation and growth, how many years does it take for Nong Yi and Nong Air to become dragons-like beings? We still need to rely on the collective strength. Of course, there is also black technology. Unfortunately, Tang Xiaofan's castle is now impoverished and needs to collect resources to complete the primitive accumulation. That's good. Tang Xiaofan said. Continue hunting wild monsters and bring their bodies and dropped items back to the castle. "Aye, my lord." 2 farmers saluted respectfully. Then he turned around and drove the heavy Mark 1 out of the castle. In the Longguo live broadcast room, we started discussing again. Sleeping slot. The mecha has such strong capabilities. Our Dragon Kingdom is taking off. No. These 2 Gundam seem to be unable to fly, but their attacks and defenses are outrageous. Perhaps it's because they all encountered small monsters, so they looked very relaxed. Sleeping trough. Upstairs in the underworld, Tang Xiaofan is already very good, come on. The cheat minerals behind the 2 Iron Men have not changed at all, and it seems that they can persist for a long time. They quickly entered the forest. In no time, Tang Xiaofan received a kill prompt here. Continuous continuation. There are many energy points entering Tang Xiaofan's body, integrating them to enhance his strength. Occasionally, there will be a message prompt for a dropped soul stone. The harvest is very good. Meanwhile, this also indicates a significant number of monsters in the wild. It's no wonder that many castle owners roast on the World Chat channel that the soldiers died just after they went out, and this game can't be played anymore. 2 farmers out hunting. Occasionally, he would bring a few monster corpses back to the castle. The number of soul stones in Tang Xiaofan's hand is also gradually increasing. In his spare time, he turned his gaze to the dilapidated, workshop-like but incredibly important castle in front of him. Junior Castle, Untitled, Ordinary Buildings. Warehouses, Special Building. Farmer's Factory, Upgrade Requirements. 2,000 units of wood, 1,000 units of stone, and 100 units of iron ingots, next level. Intermediate Castle, current status. Invincible, current camp. None, unnamed. Then name it the Black Technology Castle. I want you to know what black technology comes from hundreds of years later. After renaming the castle, Tang Xian saw another building next to his tin workshop. It's also a half-brick iron house, but it's not big at the moment. Warehouse. Tang Xiaofan's heart moved. The meat, fur, and dinosaur teeth just collected disappeared instantly. All have been stored in the warehouse. Such a convenient, magical, and powerful feature. What is the camp? Is it order, chaos, neutrality, kindness, evil? Tang Xiaofan has some doubts. Later, he opened the world chat channel again. The channel is as lively as ever. Although every castle owner should be busy with their own castle, collecting food, cultivating troops, etc., there are also many people who are panicked and idle. After watching for a while, suddenly, Tang Xiaofan found someone on the chat channel asking for food. And there is a lot of information about purchasing food. 1 soul stone, exchange for 10 units of food. 20 units of wood, exchange for 15 units of food. 10 units of stones, exchange for 5 units of food. Yeah. Shenhua Continent is not an online game, but the real world. Everyone, if you don't eat, you'll starve to death. Chapter 5. Off-Site Live Program hosted by Yuqi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. These captured city lords, as well as the troops under their command, all need food. Even more so, the more powerful the troops, the more food you need. My own farmer, 1 unit of food is needed per day, and for Chogua to obtain the initial unit, the big brown bear, it takes at least 10 units a day. Of course, 10 farmers with bare hands may not be able to beat a brown bear weighing over 10 tons. But, whether a brown bear can eat enough to hunt on its own is uncertain. On the other hand, the castle lords in the channel have a strong desire to purchase, but the trading area is very deserted, with no one offering food for exchange. The reason is very simple. Wild monsters are too difficult to kill. Any slight mistake will result in the loss of one's own troops. Once the summoned soldier dies, so there's even less to eat. Now is the first day of entering the land of gods and demons. The number of troops of the castle lord is too small, making it difficult to kill monsters in the wild. This makes food very precious. It seems like I can harvest a wave of leeks. Thanks to the hard work of farmers 1 and 2, after collecting the bodies of several wild monsters one after another, not long after, his warehouse had already piled up a lot of food. Tang Xiaofan is alone and can't finish eating for half a month. As for farmers, their own consumption is only 1 unit of food. Think of it here. He asked. Jarvis, give me a solution. I think we can exchange food for some supplies and come back. Sir, based on my analysis of the chat channel information, I found that over 100 people are looking for food, and there are still over 200 people selling wood, stones, and iron ore. As for soul stones, there is no trading information. Therefore, I suggest exchanging in the following proportions. Tang Xiaofan immediately posted trading information on the trading channel next door. Exchange 1 soul stone for 1 unit of food, 1 unit of food. 20 units of wood, 1 unit of food. 10 units of stones, 1 unit of food. 1 unit of iron ingot, existing food. 50 units, once the transaction information is released. The world chat channel suddenly exploded. Unscrupulous merchants. In the chat channel, a group of people angrily scolded Tang Xiaofan. A typical unscrupulous businessman. In the world of blue stars, the current land of gods and demons can be said to be extremely eye-catching. Most people around the world spontaneously pay attention to the issues related to the divine and demon continent. This is a huge amount of traffic. Since there is traffic, it is inevitable that there will be exchanges of interests. That's right, the first time it opened in the divine and demon continent. The toilet station has temporarily set up a program called Today's Divine and Demon Continent. And it was specifically scheduled for prime-time broadcasting. Although the program was launched on a temporary basis, the powerful variety show production capabilities of the toilet stand are not to be underestimated. The host of the program is the popular crossover sister Yuqi. Even though it was a temporary dispatch, Yuqi's popularity was undeniable. As soon as the news was announced, advertisers flocked and directly offered exorbitant sponsorship fees. Because as the original toilet stand pillar, Yuqi was originally a highly popular existence. With her as the host, this is already a huge amount of traffic. Of course, this is a talk show, and Yuqi is not enough. Although no one knows about the Divine and Demon continent, it took a lot of effort to invite relevant guests. The first test of the Divine and Demon continent is the castle's defense ability, so it is normal to invite a military expert. Professor Zhang, a highly popular military expert on the internet, he has made multiple divine-level predictions and is referred to as Juzwa by netizens. Secondly, because the latest live broadcast shows that Tang Xiaofan, a contestant from Dragon Country, is following a manual technology route, so we invited a handicraft technology expert, Master Gung of Handicraft. Master Gung became famous in the field of internet technology for his brain teaser, and earned the nickname of Edison of the Dragon Kingdom. The two complement each other in both literature and martial arts, and with the addition of the red flower decoration of Yuqi, it is indeed said that the lineup is luxurious. However, except for these three highly popular individuals who have made achievements in their respective fields, the production team also brought in a controversial guy, Zhang Xiaoxiao, who is also a current internet celebrity. After seeing the lineup of the commentary program for today's Divine and Demon continent, netizens from Dragon Kingdom are also discussing extensively. Yuqi. Yuqi. You're amazing. We will always support you. Bureau seat. Bureau seat. Do you want to predict the final outcome of this Divine and Demon continent? Master Gung. With Master Gung joining, there is hope for the players of Dragon Country. Am I going? Zhang Xiaoxiao. What does the production team mean by this? Is this something specifically sent to disgust us? On the internet, there is still a strong demand for Yuqi, Master Gung, and Juzwa. After all, they all have hard power. But for Zhang Xiaoxiao, everyone looked down upon him. There is no other reason, because Zhang Xiaoxiao not only lacks personal strength, but also has a somewhat annoying personality. However, no matter how much everyone discusses, the program has officially started. This time, today's Divine and Demon continent naturally adopts a live broadcast format. Combining the live broadcast footage within the Divine and Demon continent, a host and 3 specially invited guests will jointly explain. For a while, the popularity of the program was also increasing. Seeing such a hot live streaming room netizen, Yuqi immediately started the topic. Hello everyone. I am Yuqi, and our program will start broadcasting today. Please watch today's Divine and Demon continent on the toilet every evening at 8 o'clock. To get to the point, everyone is very concerned about the situation of the players representing the Dragon Country. After all, according to the rules, their victory or defeat is closely related to us, so, may I ask, what do you think of this player from our Dragon Country? Yuqi naturally knew that at this time, the internet was skeptical about the identity of this contestant from Dragon Country. Although it's not enough to directly curse. But most netizens hold a less optimistic attitude. And Yuqi also hit the nail on the head and talked about this topic that everyone is extremely concerned about. Upon hearing Yuqi's words, Juzwa did not hesitate and expressed his own opinion. Many people on the internet now believe that this contestant will have no achievements in the land of gods and demons, but in my opinion, it's not entirely true. Upon hearing the words of the bureau seat, Yuqi also spoke up at the appropriate time. Oh. I don't know what the bureau has in mind. Taking over Yuqi's words, Juzwa continued. As far as people are concerned, I believe I still have some skills. This player from our Dragon Country may seem unremarkable and ordinary, but in my opinion, he is not just an ordinary person. The bureau paused for a moment, and at this moment, Master Gung also inserted a topic. What Juzwa said is right, especially Tang Xiaofan. Actually, everyone is not familiar with him. I have also seen what he has made in the past 2 days, and it is not simple at all. Apart from that, it is fertilizer bombs, which already have a full professional level. Zhang Xiaoxiao watched as everyone discussed, but he didn't have much camera footage. He quickly interjected. Major. What's the major? Aren't you useless in the invention world? Do you need another useless inventor? Chapter 6. Recruiting farmers to create blacksmith stores. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Upon hearing Zhang Xiaoxiao's words, both Juzhua and Master Gung gave him a silent glance, but ignored him. On the side, Yuqi smiled and changed the topic. Master Gung is right. Based on the information we have found so far, Tang Xiaofan's IQ test surprisingly reached 190. He is truly a top student. Speaking, Yuqi extended her index finger and waved it again. Continuing. So, you don't have to worry too much. With Tang Xiaofan's IQ of 190, he must be able to handle it easily in the land of gods and demons. And after graduating from Qingbei, he has already received a top offer from the world's largest airline, NASA. Upon hearing Yuqi's words, netizens in the live broadcast room were also shocked. 190, sleeping in bed, learning to be a god, learning this thing is like a game to others. Master Gung indeed had a unique vision, and immediately recognized Tang Xiaofan's extraordinary qualities. That little one got slapped in the face. Seeing the barrage in the live broadcast room, Yuqi also became interested. However, Yuqi couldn't find any information about this aspect. However, just as she was about to ask her own question to Master Gung, the live broadcast footage from the Divine and Demon continent suddenly underwent a transformation. That's right, Tang Xiaofan's previous transactions on the trading channel have finally yielded results. In a hurry, Yuqi didn't care about anything else and quickly spoke out. Everyone, look. It seems that Tang Xiaofan's food has been bought out. On the first day when everyone descended on the land of gods and demons. There are very few city lords who can produce 50 units of food in one breath. Either it's a novice who doesn't understand the preciousness of food, or a big shot who has too much food. After all, many castle lords have obtained very poor types of troops. I dare not even go out of my own castle, let alone gather food outside. Moreover, the amount of food collected is very small and can only be used for personal consumption, so exchanging it for oneself is definitely not enough. Even if the lord of the castle dares to go hunting, many of the troops under the lord's command are not opponents of wild monsters. The most likely scenario is to collect materials such as wood and stones near the castle. These two are not very dangerous, and the initial collection will not take too long. Once the wild monsters attack, they will immediately flee back to the castle. Therefore, under the intimidation of wild monsters, food appears extremely precious. The castle lords who can kill wild monsters and obtain food are undoubtedly a few, and they are at the level of experts, with powerful troops under their command. The lord of such a castle is worthy of admiration. But now, on the World Chat channel, there are many castle lords who are reprimanding Tang Xiaofan. I think he is an unscrupulous businessman. At the same time as raising the market price, it exploits its peers who are also blue stars. The reason is simple, Tang Xiaofan's exchange price was simply shocking, increasing the market price of food by n times. At the original market price, 1 unit of wood or 1 unit of stone is exchanged for 1 unit of food. At Tang Xiaofan's place, 1 unit of food requires 20 units of wood or 10 units of stone to be exchanged. What is this not an unscrupulous businessman? However, facing the condemnation of numerous castle lords, Tang Xiaofan didn't care. At present, food has a price but no market. If you don't buy, others will also buy. Hundreds of castle lords, there will always be people biting their teeth to buy his food. Sure enough, just as Tang Xiaofan believed. His food was sold out shortly after it was listed on the trading channel. 50 units of food have all been traded. Lose 1 unit of food and harvest 20 units of wood, lose 1 unit of food, harvest 10 units of stones, lose 1 unit of food and harvest 20 units of wood. Wait for the prompt, and those people in the chat channel who originally cursed Tang Xiaofan for being an unscrupulous businessman, but they revealed their true colors. 50 units of food, it's gone so quickly. Sleeping trough. A group of livestock, I hesitated for 2 seconds, and the food was replaced completely. Are you foolish upstairs? The lord of the castle has hundreds of people, not to mention 50 units of food, even 50,000 units cannot satisfy the market. By the way, do you still have any food? My Tyrannosaurus Rex looks so hungry, if you don't give them food, they will eat me. Can you give me 10 units of food, big shot? I'll have Flower Country transfer 3 billion for you. I'll spend 10 billion. This is a foreign world, money is useless. On the contrary, my unit is a cat girl, and I can't say how cute it is. Are you interested, big shot? Are you the old madam upstairs? I'm curious, what kind of troops is Tang Xiaofan capable of killing wild monsters? What about your big brown bear in ugly country? 50 units of food were exchanged for 600 units of wood and 300 units of stones, all of which were automatically stored in the castle's warehouse. The warehouse of the lord of the castle. Like infinite space, it can store a large amount of materials. And it also has preservation function. Food placed inside can provide long-lasting preservation. Jarvis's voice appeared, "Sir, according to information collection, this transaction is all about wood and stone. No one exchanged soul stones. No one exchanged iron ingots. It is highly likely that many people have not built blacksmiths or refined iron ingots. It is recommended to build a blacksmith shop to refine iron ingots. Soul stones can be used to upgrade troops and buildings, and can only be obtained by killing wild monsters. Obviously, soul stones are more precious than resources such as wood and stone. So I'll make the blacksmith shop first, and then exchange a few more times. Then, my castle can be upgraded." Tang Xiaofan said. "But I cannot rely solely on existing resources. Taking a technological path requires extremely high demands on resources, and blacksmith shops are the top priority. Of course, compared to military buildings and production buildings, castles are of utmost importance. The higher the level of the castle, the greater the defense value of the castle's heart, making it less likely to be destroyed. In the future, castles can also be upgraded to towns, cities, main cities, and even kingdoms and empires. It can be considered as the core business of the castle lord. Tang Xiaofan's Marvel technology route has a high demand for iron, as well as special steel and electrical equipment. The blacksmith shop is also very important to him. Thinking of this, he walked up to the leaking tin house. "I spent 20 units of food and exchanged it for 2 farmers. But it has also reached the population limit. Fortunately, as the weakest branch of the army, farmers only account for 1 population unit per farmer. Otherwise, he would have to build more farmhouses to recruit more farmers." "Master." Watching the 2 burly men kneel on one knee, Tang Xiaofan nodded in satisfaction. The small characters floating above their heads showed. Nongfu 03, with excellent physical strength and skills in mechanical maintenance and construction. Nongfu 04, with excellent physical strength and skills in mechanical maintenance and construction. At this point, the materials in the warehouse have already met the needs of the blacksmith shop. Build a blacksmith shop. Chapter 7. Damn it, the Dragon Man must have cheated. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Consume 100 pieces of wood, 100 pieces of stone, and 10 pieces of iron ore to build a first-level blacksmith shop. Please select the number of farmers. At the moment when the system prompt appeared, a virtual frame appeared in front of Tang Xiaofan accompanied by the movement of his field of vision. Similar to the architectural construction plan, you can vaguely see doors and windows, chimneys, iron stoves, and so on. The house is not too large, equivalent to 3 large brick and tile houses, covering an area of about 100 square meters. After Tang Xiaofan clicked confirm, he arranged for 2 strong men to start construction. Leveling the ground, laying the foundation, drawing lines, building walls unlike reality, materials and tools are all provided by the system. Tang Xiaofan looked carefully and found that the practical rammer was a stone pier, but there were more than 10 wooden stakes added. When can it be built? Master, there's still 1 hour left. Tang Xiaofan pouted and prepared to wait for resources to accumulate to a certain extent before building houses and recruiting more farmers. When the blacksmith's shop was built, dozens of farmers flocked to it. It can be built in a moment. He took the opportunity to take a look at the functions of the blacksmith shop, including smelting, forging, casting, and repair. The blacksmith shop is indeed very powerful. But farmers need to upgrade their mechanical maintenance skills to the full level and become blacksmiths before they can use them. Fortunately, both Nong Yi and Nong Air have been busy making the Mark I mecha during this period, and they have already reached the agreement. First transfer to the two of them and activate the function of the blacksmith shop. Then recruit more farmers and create more Mark I armor. In this way, another group of farmers with advanced repair skills can be promoted to blacksmiths. A blacksmith shop can accommodate 15 blacksmiths. At that time, in addition to crafting weapons, they can also conduct technical research, develop new smelting, forging, and casting technologies, and prepare for the subsequent Mark mecha. As for the repair function, remove the damaged mecha battery, transport it in, consume a certain amount of iron ore, and in an hour or so, transport it out, intact and new. It's unbelievable. This made Tang Xiaofan's heart very hot, with a strong impulse to summon 100,000 farmers to build skyscrapers. An hour has passed, and the blacksmith shop has finally been built. Ding! The blacksmith shop is finished. Looking at the complete set of tools for iron making, forging, and casting, Tang Xiaofan is very satisfied. But we cannot manufacture iron ingots yet because there is no iron ore. Sir, it is recommended to prioritize the construction of farmhouses and expand population units. Recruiting more farmers for collection and production is the most efficient way. Tang Xiaofan nodded, so he didn't rush to send farmers out to collect iron ore, but instead let Nong San and Nong Si continue to build farmhouses. Consume 100 pieces of wood and 100 pieces of stone to build a first-level farmhouse. Please select the number of farmers. Leveling the ground, laying the foundation, drawing lines, building walls. The speed has been much faster this time. It seems that the difficulty of the farmhouse is not too high. Ding! First-level farmhouse completed. The newly built system farmhouse is a spacious and bright 3-room apartment with 2 large bunk beds, capable of accommodating 30 people. Alright, now, a total of 30 population units. We can recruit more farmers now. Suddenly, a golden light flashed by. After the golden light dissipates, Tang Xiaofan quickly checked his personal information. Sure enough, he upgraded. The level has changed from 0 to 1. Although still at the bottom of the divine and demon continent, at least it is no longer powerless. The corpses of wild monsters in the castle courtyard have also accumulated quite a few, totaling more than 10. Tang Xiaofan commanded Nong San and Nong Si to collect data in sequence. I received a total of 200 units of food and more than 10 complete fur sheets. And a variety of monster materials. For example, things like wolf teeth, snake scales, rabbit heads, and so on. Tang Xiaofan doesn't know what these monster materials are for. He doesn't care about them for now and will store them all before making a decision. Soul stones have also accumulated to 10. The upgrade to the farmer's factory requires 100 soul stones, which can be considered 1/10 completed. Compared to castles and blacksmiths, it seems that the difficulty of upgrading military buildings is higher. Because soul stones cannot be obtained through collection at the moment, they must be obtained by killing wild monsters at the most. However, resources such as wood, stone, and iron ore can be found everywhere when upgrading castles. Sir, harvest 200 units of food again. Suggest switching all to farmers, expanding production scale, and preparing for the formation of the Mark I combat team. Tang Xiaofan believes that based on Jarvis' computing power, the solution given is definitely the best. Without any doubt, I arrived at the farmer's factory and spent 200 units of food, summoned 20 farmers. Watching 20 burly men kneel down and proclaim their lord in unison, Tang Xiaofan suddenly felt like a gathering hall. Next, with more people and greater strength, it's natural to start collecting iron ore. Because there are cleanups for Farm 1 and Farm 2 around the castle, all the monsters, whether friendly or vicious, have been wiped out, so it's very safe. Tang Xiaofan waved his hand. Nong San Nong Si led a group of younger brothers. We're starting to collect ore. Although farmers are the lowest level of troops, they are very skilled in their work, and soon there are more ores in the blacksmith shop. In the live broadcast room, watching Tang Xiaofan's actions sparked a lot of controversy. With a proud expression on her face, Zhang Xiaoxiao smiled and said to guests such as Yuqi, "Take a look, what did I say? Although this person has high intelligence, he doesn't have a big picture view." He completely disregarded the strange looks of everyone and solemnly said, "I suggest replacing Tang Xiaofan. His approach is a complete waste of resources. It may even harm the country and the people. How shameless. This is so shameless." Leaving aside the possibility of changing players, Tang Xiaofan did not continue to exchange resources to upgrade the castle, but instead chose to recruit farmers. It's not to say that there is no overall perspective, or even to the extent of misleading the country and the people, right? As the host, Yuqi quickly said, "Is there a problem with Tang Xiaofan's choice, Juzwa?" After a habitual moment of contemplation, Juzwa smiled and shook his head, saying, "I think there's no problem, and the advantage may gradually increase." Looking at Zhang Xiaoxiao's expression, Juzwa said, "I predict that Tang Xiaofan has a big plan and may even want to upgrade his castle before the protection period expires. This way, he can have enough farmers to work." Master Gung also nodded and said, "Those who have done work know that, more people, more power." With Tang Xiaofan's outstanding performance, the Longguo live broadcast room was overcrowded, not to mention adding fuel to the fire with the show. Today's Divine and Demon Continent. Many foreign audiences have joined in. They are not admiring Dragon Country, but trying to disrupt the mentality of Dragon Country players. Why can Dragon Country players have so much food? Recruiting so many troops? Yes, there is only one Anubis beast in our miracle country now. I suspect that Dragon Country habitually uses something called a cheat. That's right, the players from Dragon Country cheated. Chapter 8. Black Technology Honeycomb Refining to Make Batteries. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuck you, you're cheating. You are too tolerant upstairs. These are crooked fruits. Their brain nuclei are only the size of nasal droppings, so of course they cannot understand Tang Xiaofan's movements. That's right. That Zhang Xiaoxiao's brain is very small, no wonder he's called Zhang Xiaoxiao. During the live broadcast of the program, Today's Divine and Demon Continent, it is directly displayed on the chat barrage of netizens. Yuqi, Juzwa, and Master Gung saw netizens aiming their firepower at Zhang Xiaoxiao. A burst of joy surged in my heart. Zhang Xiaoxiao's face turned white and red, but fortunately, Tang Xiaofan in the live broadcast scene saved him once again. Jarvis. Looking at the pile of ore that was about to fill, Tang Xiaofan suddenly had a bold idea. In Iron Man's movie, Tony is kidnapped into a cave and under heavy enemy surveillance. He only uses a pile of scrap metal to create the first generation of Mark I armor, and his miniature reactor is also built in the cave. Do you think I can build a miniature reactor here? Tang Xiaofan asked Jarvis a question. Sir, there is a lack of necessary elements for manufacturing reactors. Upon hearing Jarvis' answer, Tang Xiaofan was not surprised either. Although he has drawings for the series of Mark armor, his biggest problem is still the arc reactor. The elements required to manufacture a reactor are not ubiquitous. Tony, in the cave, also used the name of manufacturing Jericho missiles to trick a bunch of missiles and extract these necessary elements from them. Can we replace the reactor with something else? Sorry sir, the consumption of steel battle suits is huge, even the first-generation models are no exception. The arc reactor is the most perfect power source. Can we switch to battery-powered? After all, the energy ore here seems very powerful. Tang Xiaofan made a hypothesis. Calculating. Energy ore analysis progress of 5%. The mineral battery solution is feasible. Abandoning the flight function will greatly reduce the energy consumption of the battle suit, but ordinary batteries still cannot sustain the operation of the battle suit. It is recommended to make high-energy storage mineral batteries. Quickly, Jarvis presented the method of the plan to Tang Xiaofan. High-energy storage batteries. Tang Xiaofan reacted. Based on the current analysis progress, the honeycomb extraction method can be used to obtain high-energy storage battery materials from these ores. Beehive extraction method. Tang Xiaofan nodded in satisfaction, probably another black technology. When Jarvis gave him the specific method, sure enough, as expected by Tang Xiaofan, seeing the specific information about the honeycomb extraction method is also Marvel World's black technology. Compared to traditional extraction methods, honeycomb extraction does not require complex equipment. This is similar to the mechanical peeling method, but the efficiency is countless times higher. Jarvis, showcase other materials for high-energy storage batteries that can be collected in the castle. After reading the extraction method, Tang Xiaofan said in a deep voice. No problem, sir. Jarvis finished speaking. All the materials used to make high-energy storage batteries were displayed in front of Tang Xiaofan. Most of the materials are very common, and a few require extraction. Jarvis also provides corresponding processing methods. Great, collect the materials today and start making immediately. After keeping all the materials in mind, Tang Xiaofan called out to the two farmers who were transporting iron ore. Gnome San. Gnome Si. Master. He handed over the material list to two people and instructed them to collect the materials. The two of them move very quickly and don't have much time. The materials for producing high-energy storage batteries have been gathered and moved to a simple workbench in the castle. It is said to be a workbench, but in fact, it is a billiard table that has been removed from the side. Let's start, Jarvis. After Tang Xiaofan finished speaking, a virtualized figure immediately appeared in front of him, showcasing the production process of high-energy storage batteries. The whole process is very detailed, just follow the figure and do it. No wonder it's called the beehive extraction method. During the extraction process, Tang Xiaofan saw honeycomb-shaped fragments appearing on the surface of the energy ore, which made him understand the name of this method. After several hours of refining, what finally lay before Tang Xiaofan's eyes was more than 10 grams of black powder. It's finally settled. Tang Xiaofan wiped the sweat off his forehead and carefully collected the dozen or so grams of powder. Done, check the time, it's already noon. Agriculture, 3 rural areas and 4 rural areas, you should do exactly what I just did. With energy powder, Tang Xiaofan was able to prepare all the remaining materials for manufacturing batteries in less than 2 hours. Start making. Tang Xiaofan continued to follow the steps of the virtual avatar and began making high-energy storage batteries. The production process is not very complicated, as long as you follow the steps, there is no problem. The only challenge is accuracy. Not only do you need to look carefully, but you also need to keep your hands steady, otherwise the batteries produced will have safety hazards. Tang Xiaofan took a deep breath and focused his attention to the extreme. After more than an hour of focused production, a brick-sized high-energy storage battery appeared in front of Tang Xiaofan. The whole body is dark, with 4 metal contacts on each end. The weight is more than twice that of a lithium battery of the same volume, giving it a heavy feeling when held in hand. Jarvis, are you sure one piece is enough? Tang Xiaofan asked, holding the blackboard brick. The capacity of high-energy storage batteries is more than 2,000 times that of lithium batteries, which is enough for armored activities for more than 3 hours. After Jarvis finished speaking, he added another sentence. Sir, your material is only enough to make a high-energy storage battery. I suggest you start the blacksmith shop as soon as possible to produce the necessary accessories for batteries. Okay. Tang Xiaofan nodded and put the battery back on the table. At this point, Farmer 1 and Farmer 2 who were out hunting had already returned, and the animals they hunted had turned into 500 units of food. The farmers who were collecting ore at the same time also put down their work, waiting for Tang Xiaofan to rearrange everyone's work. Farmer 1 and Farmer 2 switched to Blacksmith. As his words fell, the two burly farmers punched their chests and shouted. Yes, my lord. Two golden lights flashed by, the small characters on the heads of Nong Yi and Nong Air have changed, they have also transformed from a bare-shouldered state to the appearance of blacksmiths wearing leather aprons and holding hammers in their hands. Nongfu 01, excellent physical strength, skills. Mechanical maintenance, blacksmith. Nongfu 02, excellent physical strength, skills. Mechanical maintenance, blacksmith. Then the two of them picked up their hammers and plunged into the newly repaired blacksmith's shop. Ding ding dang started working. Not long after, blocks of iron or decreased in iron ingots appeared at the entrance of the blacksmith's shop. Very good. Tang Xiaofan nodded in satisfaction. Although these farmers were junior soldiers, but there's really nothing to say about working. At this point, Jarvis put forward another suggestion. Sir, based on the current situation, it is recommended that the remaining farmers build the Mark I steel mech. Chapter 9. Mech Squad goes to combat and extinguish wolves. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. As a group of farmers began to craft iron ingots into violent aesthetic rugged style Mark I armor accessories, Blue Star's live broadcast room once again sparked a wave of discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of Tang Xiaofan's choice? He even sent all the farmers to forge iron. Sister Yuqi was a bit worried and asked questions to the three guests. I must have lost my mind. Just now, even the food that could be exchanged for resources summoned useless farmers. Now, I'm making these useless mechs and giving up on myself. Zhang Xiaoxiao was the first to speak up. He had long been displeased with Tang Xiaofan, who only knew how to make gestures. He thinks he should go with someone else. For example, if he goes, he definitely won't start as a farmer. I think Tang Xiaofan's actions are understandable. Firstly, his food is not in short supply. Secondly, his farmers can all be upgraded. We just saw it, the two initial farmers have become blacksmiths. Let's wait and see what surprises this Dragon Country's player brings us. The bureau is truly someone who has seen big scenes before, and when analyzed, it is clear. So Master Gung, do you think it's possible for that mech to withstand the first wave of beast tide if each person has one? Master Gung put down his old pliers and stopped fighting against a beard. He nodded and said. I don't think it's very likely. I've done this before, so I can only say it's just a superficial product. The main reason is that the power is not enough, and it basically relies on pulling. That's right. I just said, don't look at him bouncing around now, he'll eat his fill sooner or later. With Zhang Xiaoxiao's resounding words, today's God and Demon continent has come to an end, and Tang Xiaofan's first batch of farmers have already built their own Mark I mecha. And by the way, I also helped Tang Xiaofan create a set. And Nong Yi and Nong Air have already completed the refining of iron ingots. After deducting the iron ingots used to create the Mark I, there are still over 100. Tang Xiaofan was satisfied to check the upgrade conditions of the castle: 2,000 units of wood, 1,000 units of stone, 100 units of iron ingots. Now we only need wood and stone, just exchange them for food. So he greeted. Everyone, put on mechs, let's go hunting. Yes, my lord. 20 or so strong men joined in unison and then put on their respective Mark I armor, except for Tang Xiaofan's mecha with empty hands. Everyone else's mecha is holding a huge stick, a wolf-tooth stick. Okay, your aesthetics are also surprisingly consistent. I hope the monsters in the forest have bought insurance today. Let's go. Boom boom. Boom boom. Tang Xiaofan followed the mecha team and walked into the forest. At this moment, the forest, due to the previous cleaning of Farmer 1 and Farmer 2, I have already felt a lot cleaner, but there are fewer velociraptors, two-headed dogs, and hellboars. Sir, based on the current thermal analysis, there is a group of demon wolves in front of us, probably over 100. Combat power assessment, they are vulnerable to a single blow. Tang Xiaofan nodded in satisfaction, he loved this kind of crushing situation the most. Move forward on the scattered line. Straight ahead, target the pack of demons and wolves. Yes, my lord. 25 Mark 1 battle armor, in the form of a goose feather formation, pressed towards the pack of magic wolves. Immediately, the sentinel demon wolf discovered them, and as the wolf's roar continued to ring, a great war has begun here. The wind blades of the demon wolf are extremely dense, but unfortunately they are powerless in the face of heavy iron plates. When the wolf pack tried to escape, they found themselves surrounded. Giant wolf fangs carrying the whining sound of the wind, slaughter to the fullest. My goodness! Is the player from Dragon Country too strong? I think farmers are the strongest troops. The ugly country is invincible, and the big brown bear of the ugly country can slaughter the entire wolf pack with just one bear. That's right, the two-headed snake of Sakura country is also powerful, it has become the master of the forest. Don't boast, it's shameless. You can watch the live broadcast of Dragon Country, and we can also see your contestants live. There are keyboard experts everywhere, and there are many international friends. Tonga bull beats grass. Farmer bull beats grass. Woo! A fierce wolf tooth stick smashed down, shattering the head of the demon wolf into pieces, the wolf pack has been completely annihilated. Tang Xiaofan suddenly felt a little excited. I didn't expect the battle to end so quickly. This Iron Man mech is indeed powerful, and there are 20.5 Iron Men. Oh, there's a commanding Iron Man who only speaks but doesn't act. A golden light falls, Tang Xiaofan quickly checked his personal information. Sure enough, he upgraded again. The level has changed from level 1 to level 2. He now feels that his physical fitness should be comparable to the farmers under him. Have you upgraded? Yes, my lord. We have all upgraded. Okay, Farmer 1 and Farmer 2 have been upgraded to level 4, and other farmers have also been upgraded to level 1. Tang Xiaofan waved his hand, bring the spoils of war and return to the city. Many people have great power, and this time when he returned, he directly harvested 2,000 units of food. Unfortunately, there aren't many soul stones, but he's not worried at all because his farmers are not idle either. 15 of the farmers switched jobs to become blacksmiths. In this way, some are responsible for mining, some are responsible for refining iron ingots, and some are responsible for collecting stones and wood. How many more people are responsible for building farmhouses and expanding population units? As for the population of farmers, Tang Xiaofan had no intention of hastily expanding, on the one hand, because he wants to upgrade the castle, on the other hand, he has not yet obtained a stable source of food, such as farmland or animal pens. There will be great pressure after being eager to expand the population. So, he directly put 200 units of food on the trading channel. The purchased materials are the same as before. Exchange 1 soul stone for 1 unit of food, 1 unit of food. 20 units of wood, 1 unit of food. 10 units of stones, 1 unit of food. 1 unit of iron ingot, existing food. 200 units, this time, as soon as the food was on the shelves, it was looted by the castle lords. Many castle lords have been guarding the trading channel for fear of getting news too late and missing opportunities. Indeed, Tang Xiaofan's exchange price is a bit dark. But they can only grit their teeth and exchange purchases. After all, even if they can endure hunger and not eat for a day or two, they won't starve to death. But the troops under their command are not capable. The hungry belly of the troops leads to a decrease in combat effectiveness first, followed by a decrease in loyalty. Once loyalty drops below 60 points, there is a high possibility of betrayal in the service. The troops of other castle lords, unlike Tang Xiaofan's farmers, were born in a farmer's factory, with a loyalty of 100 points from birth, locked in as fanaticism and loyalty to death. Farmers will not betray their lords. This is a hidden attribute of farmers. Chapter 10 Upgrading the Castle. Roll up your sleeves and cheer up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Other branches of the army, besides farmers, may exhibit different attitudes towards the lord of the castle due to their level of loyalty. So, 200 units of food, when it goes up, it's instantly gone. Are you crazy? Are you all starving ghosts trying to survive? Not at all. 200 units of food were snatched up in 2 seconds. Are you all pigs? 1 or 2 are both Taobao Star Diamond buyers, right? They all have mastered the mystery of flash sale, right? If there's no food left, my pigs at home will eat me. You animals. Our flower country has always been peaceful, isn't it just the ancient python that blooms? How could you be so jealous? Hurry up and release the food. Can there be a kind-hearted person who can tell me how to cook tree bark? Tang Xiaofan, do you still have any food? If you have it, put it all on the shelves. I'm so curious about what kind of troops Tang Xiaofan is. In such a short time, he has obtained 200 units of food again. The strength of the troops is absolutely amazing. I guess it must be some mythological unit. It must be a mythological unit. I was actually the first of 2 farmers, only 1 farmer left, and the other was eaten by a rabbit. Dragon Country is lucky. Look at the information in the chat channel. Tang Xiaofan was slightly surprised. Unexpectedly, there are still people like me who are starting out as farmers. He can only wish that brother good luck in his heart, he probably doesn't have the system to help. But he didn't pay too much attention. More than 200 countries are competing together, but his farmers have already begun to arm themselves in the direction of Iron Man. It's difficult for any other monster to cause any trouble for oneself. If it were Iron Man, he might not be able to solve the problem of annihilating the tyrants, so what about 10,000 Iron Man? You should know that his farmer can unleash unlimited power. Tang Xiaofan opened the castle warehouse and counted the harvest. Finally, calculate it. 200 units of food, a total of 2,000 units of wood and 1,000 units of stone were exchanged. In addition, the farmers were still continuously collecting wood and stones before. He currently has over 3,000 units of wood and over 2,000 units of stone. The conditions for upgrading the castle are 2,000 units of wood, 1,000 units of stone, and 100 iron ingots. The conditions have been met. Can be upgraded. Do you want to upgrade the castle? Yes, no, upgrade. Tang Xiaofan did not hesitate and immediately chose yes. In an instant, a dazzling golden light enveloped his castle. A few seconds later, the golden light dissipated. A slightly sturdy red brick and tile house appeared in Tang Xiaofan's view. Compared to before, the upgraded castle has changed its tin roof, and it is no longer outdated and dilapidated, but has become somewhat modern. Congratulations, your castle has been upgraded to an intermediate castle, with an area of influence increased to 500 meters. The defense value of Castle Heart has increased by 3 times. Your castle has greatly increased its influence and reputation on the Endless Continent. Congratulations, you have unlocked some buildings. Black Technology Castle, current level. Second level castle, ordinary buildings. Warehouses, special building. Farmer's factory, upgrade requirements. 10,000 units of wood, 7,000 units of stone, and 1,000 units of iron ingots, new buildings. Kitchen, wooden board factory, stone workshop, next level. 3rd level castle, current status. Invincible, current camp. None. Looking at the new castle, Tang Xiaofan was happy. He should be the first person on the Divine and Demon continent to upgrade the castle. Jarvis, start analyzing the new castle and then start preparing for the development of the new Mark Mecha. Sir, please comply. At this moment, the people still in the live broadcast room have noticed the changes in the Dragon Country players' castle. Oh my goodness, the players from Dragon Country are so amazing. They upgraded their castle so quickly. Who said it's not? Our Iron Pot Country has always been the Iron Son of the Dragon Country, and this time the Dragon Country will definitely take care of us. Taking care of it. The Dragon Kingdom is still too busy taking care of itself, taking care of you all. Think too much. Aren't you a fool upstairs? Don't you know? The resources explored by the contestants will be 100 times greater than the country they are currently in. The Dragon Country contestants are so powerful that they will naturally find the most resources, so the Dragon Country will naturally be the most powerful country. At this moment, Jarvis has completed the analysis and said to Tang Xiaofan. Sir, analysis is complete. We can start making Mark II, but first we need to solve the metal problem. The most crucial aspect of Mark II is the improvement of the metal, from the original ordinary steel plate, transformed into alloy armor. This greatly enhances the defensive capability of Mark II. Of course, there is currently no way to make an arc reactor, and its flight capability is temporarily unavailable. However, sir, if new alloy armor is used, the overall weight of the armor will be significantly reduced. With an external battery, the Mark II can fly briefly for 30 minutes. Tang Xiaofan smiled and said. Okay, a little is better than nothing. In that case, the journey will be faster. Since he has a direction, he doesn't want to waste time. After all, the first wave of beasts is coming, and the key is to seize the time to enhance his combat effectiveness. He went to the farmer's factory again and summoned 25 farmers, divide into 5 teams, wearing Mark I steel armor, and explore in 5 directions. Remember, our exploration goal is 10 kilometers, and we will explore the mines, monsters, and roads within these 10 kilometers. Yes, my lord. 25 big men answered with a loud roar, starting to wear Mark armor and hold wolf fangs, start exploring around the forest. The remaining farmers who have been summoned, Tang Xiaofan also commanded them to build the newly released building, kitchen, wooden board factory, stone workshop. The most urgently needed must be the kitchen, because Tang Xiaofan was a bit hungry just now. He was going to the warehouse to find something to eat. Noni happened to be looking for food too. He heard Tang Xiaofan say he wanted to find something to eat, and immediately dug out a piece of meat from the pile and handed it to him. Lord, please have a meal. Looking at the slightly dried wolf legs, Tang Xiaofan couldn't help but give a thumbs up to the functionality of the castle. But can I eat this thing directly? Do you want to eat it directly? Yes, my lord, 1 unit of food is like this. Noni demonstrated by putting a piece of meat into his mouth and chewing it down. Jarvis, do you have any cooking skills? I really can't eat this thing. Sorry sir, I'm from the black technology system, not the dark cooking system. Now it's good. Finally there's a kitchen. Tang Xiaofan asked the farmer to cover the kitchen as soon as possible. Then, considering that everyone had to eat, a simple greenhouse was built next to the kitchen, as a cafeteria. Then he showed the appearance of the plates he had used in college to Nong Air, let him create a batch of plates to make a look. Then he sat in the cafeteria, waiting for the meal to start. I must have a braised pork belly.